Hello, everyone. Hello, Internet. I'm Barber Greg of Old Dog Barbershop in Chicago. And today we're going to do a flat top. Maybe, if we have time, a couple of them. We got Eric here. In my opinion, gray hair, no offense. Best flat top hair to work with because it doesn't have pigment in it. Tends to be a little more coarse and straight. There's two ways to kind of start a flat top. I prefer to always do the fade on the sides first, go straight up, create a square shape. Then I start on top and make it as flat as I can get it. And then we're gonna merge those two sides. First things first, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna put product in and blow dry it so I already get that shape established. We're gonna use a little Victory Crown mat because it's gonna blow dry and kind of disappear in the hair. We don't want anything that's too heavy like a pomade. I'll probably continue to blow dry this hair probably 3 times because the one thing you definitely don't want in doing a flat top is for over the course of the cut, the hair tends to fall down. You wanna make sure this is constantly staying as straight as it possibly can. So the first thing I'll do, I'll start the fade here and just go straight up. What you definitely don't want is to go over the line and start to go to fade right where his head starts to round there. Because once you start doing that, you're gonna lose all of the boxy shape. Not part of the service at all, but ear hair. My God, we gotta clean up ear hair. If you're in the neighborhood and it's something you're able to do, no offense, Eric, everybody's got ear hair. Just go ahead and clean it up. Eric, wait till this gets on YouTube. You're gonna get a few other offers, buddy.
That's all right.
Step 1's complete. We're kind of done with our fade. There's still a lot of work, obviously, we gotta do in here. But again, I'm gonna leave that for the very last to combine the two sides. Now I did blow dry the top already and you can already see it's kind of falling down. That's why I kind of do it repeatedly. Because it also repeated blow drying is gonna help train the hair to stay up because it was falling down a little bit. Over time, a flat top gets trained. First flat tops, I always say, are gonna be the worst one you're gonna get. It's the second flat top where your hair really gets trained. Sorry, adding more heat to you here.
Oh, I'm good. What about me?
Now for the main show. We're gonna start on the top. I always start my flat tops in the middle. I work the landing strip area first. We call the middle that's a little more exposed the landing strip because I wanna make sure that the center part is my guide. And also to prevent, if your hand is shaky at all, my finger is always resting on his head. So I never am just going like this and my comb is wiggly or whatnot. I'm always using it as a kind of a guide. I'm always gonna work on my horseshoe shape from the opposite side. Now we're gonna blend in the third section. We're gonna blend in the side with the razor fade and the top. There's still a little bit of work we're gonna do on top, but the colics here are pretty dominant, so a lot of that cleanup is gonna dictate how we blend in this. Now I'm using a half guard with the blade all the way closed, just to start blending these lines that I put in at the beginning of the cut in. Now I think I got most of my shape done, so I'm gonna use some Victory Crown Pomade, which is a little bit more of a stiff hold. And usually, once I put a little bit of this in, just a real dime size amount, I usually find a couple more spots. Okay, so now that we got a nice, perfect traditional flat top, we're gonna fuck it all up and take it just a little bit shorter. Usually when I start a horseshoe, obviously it's not as crisp as this one is here, but once again, it's the same mechanics. I always start in the center guide, and that is always gonna be my guide. It's almost a little easier now because you can't get any shorter than what we're about to do in the middle of the head. So again, I'm not gonna try and eat into the corners, into the sides, and go down. This is always gonna be the shortest part of the haircut. I'm gonna come right from the center and pull it right down. Right at the apex of the head is where the shortest part's gonna be. You're just gonna drag all that down. My rule of thumb is whatever you do to the sides, you kind of have to do the top. If you're doing a 1 up on the sides, the leaning strip should be about a 1 too. Now, we're done. Voila. All right, so we got our 2 flat tops. We got the traditional boxy cut, and now we got our horseshoe, and it's about as flat as I can get it. So there we go. Thanks for watching.